strength everyone, my name is Dr. Divya Bharati. Today I am going to discuss transient circuit analysis. Subject is network analysis and synthesis with subject code KEC 303. So today we will discuss these contents. First we will discuss the introduction about the transients, then initial conditions. So in last lecture we had discussed that if there is inductor and capacitor in the circuit, then there will be some initial condition. Okay, so before switching there may be some charge or there may be some voltage, so that must be included if we do the analysis. In the proper analysis of network, that initial conditions must be included. So we will discuss that initial condition, then how to evaluate that initial condition. Okay, and then we will see some of the examples with initial condition. So how we calculate variables when there is initial condition. Initial condition may be given in the direct, may be given directly, or that may be evaluated according to the condition that will be provided in the numerical question. So here this is the introduction, that whenever a network containing energy storage elements such as inductor or capacitor is switched from one condition to another condition, there may be change. Okay, so there will be change if we change the position of the switches. So whenever there is energy storage element in the network, that may be inductor or that may be capacitor, and we change the position of the switch from one position to another position, either by change of applied source or there may be change in the network element. Okay, so the response, response that may be current or voltage, that will change from one state to another state after changing the switch position. So the time taken to change from initial steady state to final steady state is known as the transient period. This response is known as the transient response or transients. The response of the network after it attains a final steady value is independent of time. Okay, the response of the network after it attains a final steady value, that will be independent of time, and it's called the steady state response. So the complete response of the network is determined with the help of the differential equation. So in earlier lecture we had discussed that if there is inductor and capacitor in the network, so there may be some initial condition. Okay, and if we change the position of switch from one condition to another, okay, then there may be change in the response. Okay, that means there may be change in the characteristics of the responses, and the responses may be current or voltage. So the time that is taken from switching from one position to another position, and that time, okay, so that is known as the transient period, and the value that we attain, steady value that we attain after certain time, that is the final steady value. Okay, and the complete response, that means complete response means transient response as well as steady response. So evaluate, that is the complete response. The complete response of the network can be determined with the help of the differential equation. Okay, so since inductor and capacitor present in the network, so that equation may be integral differential equation also. So how to evaluate the initial condition? In solving the differential equations in the network, we get some arbitrary constant. Okay, so initial conditions are used to evaluate those arbitrary constant. Okay, while if we solve the differential equation in mathematics, suppose RL network, we will see examples also. If RL network is there, then we will write equation Ri plus L di by dt equal to constant, and we will solve that equation by differential equation method. So there will be some arbitrary constant. Okay, so that constant will be used. Okay, that constant will give the value, initial value. So it helps us to know the behavior of the elements at the instant of switching. Okay, so to differentiate between the time immediately before and after the switching, okay, sign 0 minus and 0 plus are used. just before the switching, that will be 0 minus, and just after the switching, that will be 0 plus. So these are the signs that are used. So the conditions existing just before switching are denoted as I0 minus or V0 minus, okay, and the condition just after the switching, that will be denoted by I0 plus and V0 plus. So sometimes condition at t equal to infinity are also used to evaluate the arbitrary constant, and these are known as the final condition. T equal to infinity, that means that is the final value. So in solving the problem for different initial conditions in the network, we divide the time in 3 categories, okay. Just before the switching, that means t equal to minus infinity to t equal to 0 minus, okay. So t equal to 0 minus, and just after the switching, that means t equal to 0 plus, and after switching, there is a difference that after switching means t greater than 0, and just after switching means t equal to 0 plus. So in these 3 steps we proceed, okay. So in the network remains in one if the network remains in one condition for a long time without switching, okay, if switching is not done in that network, okay, and the circuit remains in the same condition for long time, okay, so then switching without switching action, then it is said to be that network is under steady state condition, okay, steady state condition. So first is the initial condition for the resistor. So we will evaluate the initial condition for resistor, inductor and capacitor. Since we write voltage across the inductor is Vt equal to R into IT. So the current through the resistor will change instantly, okay, it will change instantaneously if voltage changes instantaneously. Similarly, the voltage will change instantaneously if current changes instantaneously. That means for resistor there is no initial condition, okay. So if we change current, then voltage will change instantly because it is the V equal to R into IT. So it is showing the linear relation between the voltage and the current. So if we change voltage, current will change instantly, and if we change current, voltage will change instantly. So there is no initial condition in case of resistor. So now initial condition will come for the inductor. So for an inductor, current and voltage relation Vt equal to L di by dt. So voltage across the inductor is proportional to the rate of change of current, okay. So it is impossible to change the current through the inductor by a finite amount of 0 time, okay, because this is the rate of change. Voltage across the inductor is not directly proportional to the current, okay. So it is proportional to the rate of change of current. So it is impossible to change the current through the inductor by finite amount of 0 time. So this requires an infinite voltage across the inductor. So an inductor does not allow an abrupt change in the current through it, okay. So there will be no change in the current abruptly. So the current through the inductor is given by IL equal to 1 by L integration 0 to t Vt dt plus I0, okay. So this I0 is the initial current through the inductor, okay. So from this equation, from the first equation, this equation, if we find out the value of current, we can write this as 1 by L integration Vt dt over 0 to t, and there will be constant of the integration also, okay, and this is the initial condition. So here I0 is the initial current through the inductor. If there is no current flowing through the inductor at t equal to 0 minus, the inductor will act as an open circuit at t equal to 0 plus. So if there is no current flowing through the inductor at t equal to 0 minus, that means before switching, if there was no current through the inductor, then inductor will act as an open circuit at t equal to 0 plus, that means just after the switching. And if a current of value I0 flows through an inductor at t equal to 0 minus, then inductor can be regarded as a current source of I0 at t equal to 0 plus, okay. So similarly for the capacitor, so we can write current and voltage relationship of capacitor as IT equal to C dVt by dt. So current through a capacitor is proportional to the rate of change of the voltage, and again here it is impossible to change the voltage across the capacitor by a finite amount of zero time. So that means it will require an infinite current through the capacitor. So the capacitor does not allow an abrupt change in voltage across it. Okay. So similarly, we can write Vt equal to 1 by C integration it dt over 0 to t, and this V0 is the initial voltage across the capacitor. So if there is no voltage across the capacitor at t0 minus, okay, so the capacitor will act as a short circuit, okay, at t equal to 0 plus. That means just after the switching, capacitor will act as short circuit, and if there is charge across the capacitor at t equal to 0 minus, okay, suppose the capacitor was charged with voltage V0 just before switching, so then it will be regarded as a voltage source just after the switching, and the voltage will be V0, okay. Okay, so V0 will be the voltage just after the switching across the capacitor. So these are the summary here. Left hand side, that is figure 1, shows the initial condition, okay. So if resistor is there, okay, with t equal to 0 minus, same resistor will be there. In case of inductor, that will behave as open circuit for initial condition, that means just after switching. So in case of capacitor, capacitor will behave as short circuit just after the switching. Similarly, if inductor is there with initial current I0, okay, so then it will behave as the current source with current I0. If capacitor is having the voltage V0 just before the switching, then it will behave as the voltage source with value V0, okay. Similarly, resistor will behave as it is at t equal to infinity, that means in the final condition also resistor will be same, but inductor will behave as short circuited. We need to memorize this, or we need to remember this, that inductor will behave as open circuit in initial condition and it will behave as short circuit in the final condition, that means at t equal to infinity. Similarly, capacitor will behave as short circuit in initial condition while it will behave as open circuit in the final condition, that means at t equal to infinity. So if here inductor is having current I0 just before the switching, then it will behave as current source, okay, current source I0 is there, okay, and then this is the short circuit condition here. So current I0 is there, okay. Similarly, for the voltage source, okay, it will act as an voltage source with value V0, okay, and the final condition also. So now, how to solve the equation, how to solve the network, how to analyze the network where initial conditions are given. So first step is to draw the network equivalent, okay. So there may be circuit condition, okay, or there may be values given, okay, directly values may be given or there may be circuit condition given. So we will draw the equivalent network at t equal to 0 minus, okay, before switching action takes place, okay, that is t equal to minus infinity to t equal to 0 minus, that means just before the switching action. We will draw the equivalent network for that condition, then, and that network will be under the steady state condition. Then we will find the current flowing through the inductor and voltage across the capacitor. So current flowing through the inductor and voltage across the capacitor, that is IL0 minus and VC0 minus. We will find out the initial conditions that are existing. Then we will draw the equivalent network just after the switching, that is at t equal to 0 plus. Then we will replace all the inductor, okay, just after the switching we will replace all the inductor with open circuit, okay, and with, if we find out the value, initial value, okay, across the inductor, then inductor will be open circuited or with current sources, okay, that will be equivalent to IL 0 plus, and we will replace all the capacitor by by short circuit. Okay, so inductor will be open circuit and capacitor will be short circuited with voltage sources DC 0 plus, and resistors will be kept as it is in the network, because we had seen that resistors are unaffected with the initial and final conditions. So initial voltages or currents in the network are determined from the equivalent network, that is T equal to 0 plus. Now initial conditions, that will be determined with by writing the integral differential equation. Okay, for T greater than 0, for the time T greater than 0, we will write the integral differential equation and we will solve that equation with the initial values that we had got. Okay, we will first, our target is to calculate the initial values according to the given circuit condition. Okay, and then we will write the equation, integral differential equation will be written for T greater than 0, and then we are having the arbitrary constant for solving the differential equation. We will put those constants and we will solve the equations. So now this is the first example here. So here question is, in the given network, figure is given, switch is closed at T equal to 0. Okay, switch is closed at T equal to 0 with 0 current in the inductor. Find I di by dt and d2I by dt square at T equal to 0 plus. It is given that switch is closed at T equal to 0. So at T equal to, now here what we can see, resistor and inductor are there in the network. Okay, when we close the switch, current IT will be flowing, but now we need to find out the initial condition. Okay, with given, it is given in the question that with 0 current in the inductor. Okay, that means before switching there is no current in the inductor. So at T equal to 0 minus, what we can write, no current is flowing through the inductor, that means I0 minus is 0. Okay, so now we will draw the network just after the switching. Okay, so this figure 1, this figure is showing the network just after the switching, and just after the switching here inductor is open circuited. Okay, so now I0 plus is also 0, I0 minus is 0, that was given in the problem, and I0 plus is also 0. Okay, so because inductor is behaving as open circuited just after the switching. So now we will draw the network for T greater than 0. That means some time has been elapsed and then we are drawing the network. So here resistor and inductor both will be there in the network. Okay, so now switch is closed, so current IT will start flowing. So now we will write the equation. Okay, 10 into IT plus 1 d by dt of I, okay, minus 100 is 0. So this is the equation. Okay, so we can write this as 10I plus 1 d by dt of I, okay, equal to 100. Okay, so we had written this. So now just after the switching, okay, that is d by dt of I 0 plus, okay, that is 100 minus 10 I 0 plus. Okay, so it is 100 minus this value is 0, so it is 100. Okay, so we will now find out the, since in question it was given that we need to calculate the d2I by dt square also. Okay, so now we will differentiate this equation number 2 again. So we will be having d2I by dt square equal to minus, this 100 is the constant, this is the constant, so it will be minus 10 di by dt. So at t equal to 0 plus, d2I by dt square, it will be minus 10 di by dt I of 0 plus, I 0 plus, d by dt of I 0 plus. So it is minus 100 and d by dt of I0 plus, we have calculated this as 100. Okay, so we will put this value minus 10 into 100. So it will be minus 1000 ampere per second square. So now this is the second example. Here R, L and C. In this example, as we can see, R, L and C, all these three network elements are there. Okay, so in the given problem, switch is closed. Okay, assuming all initial conditions as 0. In this question also, it is given that initial condition is 0. So we need to calculate current I. Okay, di by dt and d2I by dt square, and that value at t equal to 0 plus. Okay, so now according to given problem, I0 minus and VC0 minus, both these are 0 because initial condition is given as 0. So I0 minus is 0, VC0 minus is also 0. So now just after switching, we can redraw this network. Okay, so resistor will be as it is, inductor will behave as open circuited just after the switching, and capacitor will behave as the short circuited. So here capacitor is short circuited, okay, and inductor is open. Okay, so this is open, this is short circuited. So now I0 minus is 0, VC0 minus is 0, but since here due to open circuit portion, this I0 plus is also 0. Okay, and current is not flowing, so VC0 plus is also 0. Okay, so just after the switching, current and voltages are 0. Just before the switching is also 0 according to the given statement. So now we will draw the network for t greater than 0. So here R, L and C are kept as we need to do for the t greater than 0. Now we will write the integral differential equation. Okay, so here integration will be also there and differential will be also there because both inductor and capacitor are present in the network. So equation will be 10 IT, okay, minus 1 d by dt of IT plus here 10 IT, 10 I plus, we can write this as plus 1 d by dt of I, okay, plus 1 by 10 into 10 to the power minus 6, 1 by C I dt, okay, minus 10 equal to 0. Okay, so we had written that same equation is written over there, 10 minus 10I minus 1 di by dt minus 1 by 10 into 10 to the power minus 6, because 10 microfarad is the capacitance, integration I dt equal to 0. So now at t equal to 0 plus, okay, at t equal to 0 plus, what we can write, 10 minus 10, we will put I0 plus instead of I. Okay, so 10 minus 10 I0 plus minus d by dt of I0 plus minus, okay, so it is 0. So now from this equation we can calculate d by dt of I0 plus. Okay, so from here what has been written, that d by dt of I0 plus is 10. Okay, because it is, this is 0, that I0 plus is 0. Okay, so 10 minus 0, this part, okay, so this part is 0, okay, this is 0. So d by dt of I0 plus will be 10 ampere per second. So now we will put values in equation 1. So 10 d by dt of IT. Okay, what we are doing here, since we need to calculate the d2I by dt square also, so here we are differentiating this equation with respect to t again. Okay, so that 10 is constant, so 0 minus 10 di by dt minus d2I by dt square minus this. Okay, so now if we put the condition for t equal to 0 plus, okay, so in this equation we will write I0 plus in place of I. Okay, so it will be 0 minus 10 d by dt of I0 plus d2 by dt square of I0 plus, it will be 1 by 10 to the power minus 5 and I0 plus. So after solving this, we are having d2 by dt square of I0 plus is minus 100 ampere per second. So this is the third example. So here inductor and capacitor, sorry, here resistor and capacitor are in parallel. So in this given network, switch is opened. Okay, if switch is closed, there will be no current in the resistor and the capacitor because all the current will flow through this short circuited path. So switch is opened at 0 equal to t equal to 0. So now solve for v dv by dt and d2v by dt square at t equal to 0 plus. So now switch is open. That means before t equal to 0, switch was closed. So at t equal to 0 minus, switch is closed. Hence, voltage across the capacitor is 0 because switch is closed. Then there is no current. Okay. So if this is closed, okay, if this is closed, there is no current in the inductor, in the resistor and the capacitor. So initial voltage across the capacitor is 0. So at t equal to 0 plus, switch is open. So this is the circuit. Okay, so when switch is opened, so now after t equal to 0 plus, that means just after switching, capacitor will behave as short circuited. So now what is the voltage here? Okay, so since it is short circuited, again VC0 plus is 0. Okay, so there will be no drop because this is the short circuited path. Now for t greater than 0, we are redrawing the network, and this is the network for t greater than 0. So here we will write the equation. Okay, so since this is the circuit where parallel paths are more, so we will write the KCL equation. Suppose VT is the voltage in the parallel paths. So we will write the KCL equation at this node. So V by 1000, that is the current. Okay, 1 kilo ohm resistor is there. So V by 1000 into, this is 1 microfarad. Okay, so 10 into the power 6 C dV by dt is the current. So this is equal to 10. Okay, because this is the incoming current. Okay, so see, these are, if we assume these are the outgoing current. So V by 1000 is the current here. Okay, and 10 to the power minus 6 dV by dt is the current in the capacitor. So this is the equation at t greater than 0. So now we will put the condition just after the switching. So we will write V0 plus in place of V. So V0 plus divided by 1000 plus 10 to the power minus 6 d V0 plus by dt equal to 10. See here, d by dt of V0 plus equal to 10 by 1000. So after solving this, we are having d by dt of V0 plus as 10 into 10 to the power 6 volt per second. Okay, so now in question it was given that calculate d2v by dt square also. Okay, so what we had done, this equation 1 has been again differentiated with respect to time. Okay, so 1 by 1000 dv by dt plus 10 to the power minus 6 d2v by dt square equal to 0. If we differentiate this equation with respect to time again, so we will be having the suppose equation number 2. Okay, so now again we will put the condition of just after switching. Okay, so we will write V0 plus in place of V. So 1 by 1000 d by dt of V0 plus 10 to the power minus 6 d2 by dt square V0 plus equal to 0. So now we have solved this, and we are having the value of d2 by dt square of V0 plus as this 10 into 10 to the power 9 volt per second square. So today we had discussed about the transient. Okay, what is transient, what is complete response, what is a steady response, and due to inductor and capacitor there are initial condition, because these two network elements are the energy storage element, so there will be some initial conditions. Okay, so that may be directly given in the network in the question, or that circuit condition may be given. Okay, from that we calculate the initial condition, and we had seen also that how to solve the network and how to analyze the network when there is initial condition is involved. Okay, so this was all about today's lecture. We will continue this in the next. Thank you.